Hello everyone, this is Sherry at Soul Conscious, and this is all signs. This is the general message for whoever finds it. It's my potluck, what you need to know. For each and every sign, we go running through the zodiac signs and see what comes up. It's whatever the universe wants to talk to each sign about, whatever message comes through. I have no idea what's going to be. I just pull some cards and see what I get. So I hope wherever you are, you're having a wonderful day. Okay. I'm not doing a lot in the intro because I know that since I timestamp these, probably nobody really listens to the intro, but it's here just to get that general message out there that, get the message out that this is a general reading. It is timeless, so it's not, may or may not resonate with everyone. It's making me shuffle a bit because this is a newer deck, and so it's cards need to get some friction on them. So give me a second here. Okay, Aries. Aries, I have the Fool for you as the main overall card. I have the main overall card. So, and the Magician, look at that. You got card 1 card 0 and card 1. So, let's see. Wow, some interesting cards. Wow, you have a lot of major arcana coming out, Aries. Wow. Wow. Okay. That's a lot of major arcana. Okay. Let me see if I can dive into this. So your overall energy is the Fool with the Ace of Cups, a new beginning in love. Oh my gosh, card doesn't want to come off the table. The Ace of Cups being your center card of your spread. So, now it looks like to me you have, so it looks like to me that you are trying to manifest a new beginning in love. Definitely with this Fool and the Magician here, you're manifesting something, something definitely came to an end with this Death card coming here. And with the Hangman, I really see as maybe with this full moon for you, Aries, that you see there was something that you saw in a new light, in a new way, a new perspective, and it caused something, you to end the way you looked at something, like whatever that was. And I mean, it can be literally any aspect of your life, but you're going to have to, however that resonates with you is it looks like you gained a new way of seeing something. Like there was something that you realized that you needed to put an end to in your life. And I really am picking up on it was a way of thinking, or the way you looked at something, whether that be a relationship, a job, or something. It was how you looked at it, and it was something you realized that you either no longer could tolerate, you could no longer put up with, you could no longer deal with, that you had to put an end to it. And so when you put an end to that situation, you started manifesting something new into your life, this new beginning. Ace of Cups is it's something we care about. It doesn't have to be a romantic, it doesn't have to be love. It doesn't have to be love in the romantic partnership sense. The Ace of Cups can talk about, that new, just something that you care about, that you're passionate about. Well, passion's usually wands, but it's something, from an emotional heart standpoint, something that, feels good to us. a new beginning, you know, that it's something that we love, that we feel, you know, we're drawn to, because in our heart, we feel that it's right for us. And so it's emotional based, you know. Cups are water, and water are emotion. So it's steeped, it's a new beginning, you know, steeped in emotion, from an emotional context. And especially with this 8 of Swords being right next to it, it's like I said, I really feel like for you, Aries, that there was something, a way of thinking, a way of looking at something that you gained a new perspective on, you know. And it all had to do with how you felt, you know, like you put an end to something that was conflicting you, that you weren't happy about. And so now you're wanting to be happy. You're wanting, you know, you're wanting to have a new beginning that makes you feel good, you know, something that's going to make you feel better and feel good. And we even have the wheel here, so you know, that's things changing. Also the 6 of Swords, which is moving away. I think it's moving away from whatever was causing you like that discomfort, that frustration, or you know, that, you know, looking, whatever it was that you felt you had to put an end to because it was causing you, you know, this kind of confusion. It's not, I'm trying to gauge the feeling. It's kind of like a, I want to say confusion, but that's not quite it. It's not, confusion isn't all of it. It was like, I just keep getting like almost a friction, like it was confounding you, you know, like there was just something that was like it's like something that just kept gnawing at you, you know. It just something that kept gnawing at you, Aries, and you couldn't quite, it was like it kept gnawing at you. And I think you finally figured out what that little gnawing was, that was just kind of in the background, that was kind of getting to you, that caused you to, you're like, why do I feel this way? Why do I feel this way? Why do I, like, you know, there was something that just kept eating at you little by little, because it was just like, you know, just something that just kept, that little thing that kept tapping you on the shoulder, kept kind of, you know, coming to the surface every now and then, that just kept irritating you and bothering you, because you couldn't quite know, you knew you felt a certain way, but you didn't. It was like it's just kept eating at you because you couldn't quite grasp it. And I think that it finally figured it out. And when you had that aha moment and finally figured out what it was that was eating at you, you know, why you weren't happy, and you put an end to it. And now you're ready to be happy. You're ready to change that wheel, move on, you know, move forward and move on in a new way, you know, because I think you were deceiving yourself in some way, you know, with the 7 of Swords energy here. I feel like you were deceiving yourself in some way. What do I want? Yeah, I'm being drawn to use this deck. I'm going to go ahead and get some clarification on the Ace of Cups, and then we'll go ahead and pull 3 final cups. That message was a little bit longer than I intended, but that's what came up, and I feel like this Ace of Cups needs to be clarified. So let's see if we can get some clarification on this Ace of Cups, please. The wheel again. So it's definitely wanting to change things. Yeah, for your 10 of Cups. So wanting to wanting to turn that wheel and have a new beginning, that's going to lead to your Ten of Cups, to what's your happiness. That's what I was saying. Lead to your happiness. We'll go ahead and pull one more card, but I feel like that's the Queen of Cups. It doesn't surprise me. Yeah, the Queen of Cups. So, something that fulfills you, something that you feel happy about. You're wanting to move toward your happiness, whatever that is. So we're going to go ahead and pull 3 final cards and see if there's any final messages that the universe wants to add to this. So we have the World. So you ended a cycle. I got that with that Death card, but that's just kind of reinforcing that you ended a cycle in your life. You figured out, like I said, you kind of had the aha moment and figured out the thing that was nagging at you. That's what I couldn't get at before, the feeling, that nagging feeling. And then the 10 of Pentacles, as well as the 9 of Pentacles. So, you're well on your way. I think whatever this was that you put an end to, that ended a cycle, that is going to lead toward your independence, wealth, and abundance. It's going to move you, propel you forward. I'm really picking that up, and you're manifesting this. We had the Magician card, and you're ready with that Fool to have that new beginning, and we had 2 wheels come out, and then the World, so you're definitely, you whatever it is, Aries, you definitely, propelled yourself forward by figuring out what that was nagging at you, that was making you unhappy, and figuring it out. You figured it out and put an end to it, and moving forward in a new way, and it's going to lead to a lot of success for you, a lot of success. And with these final cards, we don't, you're moving toward what your happiness is, and whatever that is for you, with that, when we clarified that Ace of Cups. But with these final cards, it's something that's definitely going to be successful. I can't promise you it is going to be your happiness, but the universe is saying you will be successful. It is going to lead to a form of success for you, and success can look many different ways, but it is going to lead to success. And that 10 of Pentacles, or has the potential to, I should say, it has the potential to. So that was a little bit longer than I had planned on, but it was a good message. So if you like that message, Aries, feel free to like this. Go ahead and like this video and comment below if you feel moved to. And thank you so much for joining me this week. I appreciate you very, very much. Thank you for taking the time. Okay. So, hello, and welcome, Taurus. Hello, Taurus. Thank you for joining me this week. This is my all signs, what you need to know. It's whatever message wants to come through, and I never know what is going to come through. It's okay. It's telling me go ahead and keep pulling cards. So we're going to do that. So you have your overall energy, Taurus, for this week is the Chariot. The Chariot, with your center card being the 4 of Pentacles. So let me see what else we have. Other cards we have surrounding here. So this, I'm really picking up, this is a relationship. I'm being drawn to a lot of imagery. So it looks like to me that you have some fear about giving to a relationship. And I'm not going to say necessarily it's romantic. It may be for a lot of people. I mean, we have the 2 of Cups being here. These cards don't want to play very nice to come up off my table, but you have the 2 of Cups here, and so that significant usually can signify a very significant connection of some type. It can be romantic in nature, but it doesn't necessarily have. It's just usually a very strong connection with somebody. It's like can be a partnership, like somebody that you just, it could be your best friend, someone you have a real, good connection with, strong connection with. So, but for a lot of people, I'm going to guess it might be a love context. But we have both the Tower and the Star here, and you usually have to have the Tower for the Star to come out. So it's like, things shifted. So something definitely happened in this relationship, whatever this relationship was for you, Taurus, whoever this is for you. Something happened. So with the Tower here, we always know that something happened, and I'm really feeling like that with this full moon, because you have the moon card here, and I'm really picking up tied to the full moon. So I'm going to say that probably this last week when we had, or this week while we had the full moon, this past week when we had the full moon, something occurred. And I'm really, I'm really feeling like maybe you realized you were holding back in a relationship. Like there was feelings that you were keeping hidden here, things you were obsessing about that you were keeping hidden, and so it was taking you, and that was causing you to hold back in the relationship and not express your truth, not really give fully to the relationship, and it caused you to, I really feel like you're trying to overcome those obstacles, whatever those obstacles were, whatever was holding you back, whatever was, causing you to not want to give to the situation. I feel like, you're that's whatever it was that was causing that, came up to this, it was kind of, it's starting to come up. It came up, and it's requiring you strength to try and move forward. Now, I'm not getting a clear picture of whether that's good or bad. So, you're going to have to take it how it resonates. I think for some Tauruses, it's going to be, taking that chariot and going, in a new direction. And because, and for some of you, it's going to be going, working on the situation, because, I don't have any cards of like, necessarily on the table of communication. So this tells me this is all internal to you, Taurus. It's all within yourself and your way of thinking, and that there's some situation you've been holding back on. For some reason, there's something, some reason unknown to you, hidden with that moon. There was something that you didn't know. There was some reason you were holding back and not giving to a situation. And it was bothering you, and you didn't know why. And so it took you have the strength here, it took you the strength to decide to move forward in whatever direction that is, either to give more to the relationship or to move on from it. And that's going to be different for every person, because like I said, there's no cards on the table here that indicate, whether you're staying or going. It's just, this is your internal, like I said, I see this is just an internal thought pattern for you specifically, Taurus, that there's something that shifted in you. So you're going to know what that is based on whatever situation in your life that you're holding back from, that you're not able to give yourself fully to, because there's something, there was something in your life where you were holding back, being reserved, you weren't really all in a situation, and it was bothering you that you weren't all in, or you couldn't give of yourself in the way that you wanted to the situation, and you didn't quite know why you were holding back. But I think that with this full moon, you started to understand why you were holding back. And when you figured that out, you got in your chariot and moved in a direction. Now, what that direction is different for every Taurus, but because I have the karma card coming up here from the universe. So yeah, it's, I mean, like I said, I feel like this is something with the Five of Swords. So there's that, yeah, that self-sabotage in a way, you know, it's that way of thinking or something, you know, needing to, realizing that there was an internal conflict here of some type regarding this relationship. And then we finally have that movement card finally comes out. The movement card, which is the Knight of Wands, which is moving passionately toward, you know, moving in a passionate way. And I get that off of the Chariot, but like I said, I still am feeling like it's going to be different for every Taurus. You're either going to, you know, you're either deciding to give to the situation, give more because you figured out what was causing you to not give, and you overcame that, and so you decided to, you know, you decided to move forward, whether that be away from the situation, realizing you were done with the situation, or whether that was deciding, you know, that what it was that was holding you back, and you change that about yourself so that you could fix it and give more to the situation. So you'll have to determine which that is for you, Taurus. So so that's what I have for you. If you like that message, if it resonated, I'd love to hear from you, and feel free to hit that like button down below. Thank you so much for joining me this week. Okay, that was what I have for you, Taurus. Okay, my cards want to not cooperate here. These cards are so slick. Oh my gosh. Okay, who do we have next? Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Hello, any Geminis out there? Thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for taking time to listen to me go on and see what comes up for you this week. This is what you need to know. So it's whatever comes up. I have no idea what is going to come up in these cards. So you have your overall energy is the Two of Swords. So it's interesting enough. I decided to use the Grand Royale Tarot for this week, and this Two of Swords, Gemini, is, you know, she can see through that veil. It is so thin and so clear, and those swords each represent a decision that needs to be made. So you're at that a crossroads, you know, in your life, and you can see the decision that needs to be made. But you still haven't made that decision yet. You're still, you know, examining, trying to, there's still something that's clouding that, you know, with that veil, you know, it kind of obscures the view a little bit. Although it's thin and you can see through it in that card, it's still like, it's still not seeing everything clearly to make a clear decision yet. It was really making me shuffle. Then you have, let's see, the Star, the Eight of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Lover's card. So this is a significant connection. Love read. Excuse me. Okay, so this is definitely in love with the Lovers coming out. This is definitely related to love, Gemini. The center of your spread is the Six of Swords. So moving on from choppy waters, and I'm really moving forward. I'm really under the light of the moon. I'm really picking that up, and wow, I love this Lover's card. This Lover's card is beautiful, with the geese down there at the bottom, and the two lovers looking deeply into each other's eyes. And I think that that's significant, because I have a feeling that, you know, you had a choice in love, Gemini, and you weren't sure which direction to go. I think that you know, I think, yeah, you definitely moved away, but I think that you're unsure whether you want to move. I think the decision, the crossroads you're wanting to make is where to go next. Like, you definitely walked away from something, some situation. And I have a feeling that, you know, there is someone in your life, maybe you realized there is someone in your life that it means a lot to you, that you have this significant connection with, that, you know, that is kind of your wish fulfillment, and that you have a lot of love for. Somebody you have a lot of love for, with the Queen of Cups and the Lovers coming out here, that you have a lot of love for. But I don't think that you've expressed that yet, because with the Eight of Swords coming out here, you know, there's some, you're up in your head about something, you know. I think that that's what's causing this confusion, that Two of Swords. What's causing that confusion is that you're up in your head and you're not sure how to move toward what it is you love. You know, what is going to bring you happiness. I feel like there's distance between you and the person that you have a lot of love for, and you're not sure how to bring that together. And that's what you're up in your head about, is you're not sure how to bring that together, you know, how to approach this person, how to come together with this person that you have a lot of love for, that would be your happiness. I mean, this is your Nine of Cups and your Star. This is someone that means a lot to you, but they're with the Five of Cups here. I mean, I feel like there's a little bit of distance, like there's like you're not sure quite how to make this come together. That's what I'm getting. So that's what I'm gonna go with. So let's see if the universe has anything to add to it. Maybe it can give us something that adds to the outcome to this. Like, really feel like this is needing, like, because you're confused on how to bring this together. Or unsure how to bring this together. So you have the High Priestess, the Page of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So what I'm getting here is, you know, for your happiness, you're gonna have to find your truth. You know, you're gonna have to, you know, you're gonna have to use your inner wisdom, and do what you do best, Gemini. You know, I mean, yeah, you're already in your head, and that's causing you, you know, some mental anguish in the situation, and not knowing how to move forward. But I think the best advice is what it's saying there is with the Page of Swords and the High Priest, is that you have the knowledge and wisdom to make this happy, to make yourself happy. So you need to figure out what your truth is, and then, you know, move in truth, you know, move forward in the Page of Swords can be, you know, swift communication. So it's communicating your truth, you know, just communicate your truth that is going to lead to your happiness. And you got to use use your inner wisdom to determine what your truth is. And once you know your truth, then communicate your truth. And through that, communicating your truth, you're going to get your happiness. You know, you just have to say what you want, say what you need and want and desire. And because when you're stuck in your head and you're stuck, you know, thinking about how you're going to do it, strategizing is what I want to say. If you're stuck in your head overthinking, thinking about how am I going to do this, how am I going to make this happen, nothing's actually happening because you're spending so much time thinking about it instead of doing and taking action. So I think that the message there is that once you figure out what you want, then just go after it. You know what your truth is once you know what your truth is. So that's what I think I have for you this week, Gemini. So thank you so much again for joining me. And if that resonated with you, I'd appreciate it if you hit that like button down below. So here we go. Let's go on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. Hello, any Cancerians out there that decided to join me this week. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for joining me. This is what do you need to know. It's whatever wants to come up. I have no idea what it's going to be. Kind of like a potluck, whatever comes through. So what do we have for Cancer this week, please? What wants to come up for Cancer this week, please? What does Cancer need to know? Okay. So the Two of Coins is your overall energy. So just like Gemini, looks like where Gemini was at a crossroads and trying to make a, trying to make a choice from being at a crossroads. I feel like you're weighing something up with that Two of Pentacles. I think you're trying to weigh up between a couple of things. Like you're trying to make a decision too, but like for you, it's weighing two things. Like where Gemini was more, trying to see the truth of the matter, trying to figure out how to move forward in a situation. It was more that trying to see the decision that they wanted to make, where yours is I think you know what the decisions are. You're just trying to weigh your options, like weigh the two, weigh kind of like a pros and cons list is what I'm getting. Which one has more value? Which thing means the most to you? Okay. Okay, so you have the King of Cups as the center of your spread, Cancer. Okay, so the Page of Wands, Devil. So you have a lot of court cards out here. And most of them being queens. You have the queen, almost every queen on the table, Cancer. You have the Queen of Coins, the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Swords, all surrounding the King of Cups. So I'm really picking up, definitely that King of Cups is you, Cancers, that's your love energy, standing in your power, your, as far as, that love's concerned, and all the love that you have to give. And so I think I really am seeing you're weighing your options in love. And I think you have a lot of choices here with all these queens coming out. And understand that this isn't gender specific. So, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female. This is embodying energy. But to me, it's showing, a Cancer that has some options in love. That there's a few people that you have a choice between. And with all these queens on the table, and they embody different aspects. And so I think you're trying to weigh, I think that you have a few people that you may be dating or seeing or romantically interested in, and you're trying to weigh the pros and cons of each one, because I think you have feelings for a few different people, and you're trying to decide, which option you want, which direction you want to go, who do you want to give, who you want to give that love to. And I think that you're really trying to, I think you're taking a moment to try and figure out, that, to make that decision. I don't feel like right now you're like heavily engaged with any of these people, because you're in the process, Cancer, of trying to decide who suits you best, and who do you want to move toward, who do you want to have that, move toward in a passionate way, who you feel the most passion and desire for, who do you think would be the best suited for you. With the Hierophant coming out here, it's really trying to gain that, trying to decide who is the best fit for you. Okay, so we have here the Moon, the Wheel, and the high priestess. Sorry, the high priestess. So I think that with the moon coming here, I really was drawn to this full moon. I think with this full moon, I think that, you know, I'm really picking up that you might have had some dreams with this full moon, around this full moon time. I think that you might have had some dreams, Cancer, that would help with this decision, is what I'm getting as your final advice there. Is so pay attention to any dreams that you're having. If you're struggling with this choice and this decision that you're trying to make, and you're trying to weigh up between people, I think that you've had some dreams, or will be having some dreams, that are going to since this full moon, that are going to help you with this decision. That's what I have for you, Cancer. So if that resonated with you, feel free to hit that like button down below, and I would love to hear in the comments your situation, or if that resonated with you, if you have anything that you want to add. I'd love to know your situation. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Okay, on to Leo. Hello, Leo. Hello, Leo. Thank you for joining us this week. This is What Do You Need to Know? It's whatever the universe wants to talk to your sign about this week. I have no idea what's going to come up and come forward. It's just whatever comes through. So thank you so much for joining me. Let's see what we have for you. Your overall energy for this week is the Chariot, and then we have your center card is the Fool. So you're ready to head off in a new direction. For sure. Definitely ready to head off in a new direction. You are looking outward on new horizons. I'm really picking up on that you're tired of being left out in the cold. You're tired of situations that don't give you as much as you give them. There's you're tired of that, Leo. You are tired. You're moving, you are wanting to go somewhere where you're appreciated. You're wanting that Fool and chariot. I don't know where that came from. Chariot energy. You're definitely ready to, you're like wanting to get away from anything that is going to cause you, like that doesn't want to give back, that wants to, that's cold and detached, and because you embody happiness and want, you're the sun, Leo is the sun, and I think that you're ready to be happy, and you want to be happy, and you're wanting to embrace that, and you're wanting someone in your life. You're wanting to find someone that wants to give you as much love as you give them, that makes you happy, that gives as much as you give, because Leos usually have a big heart, and they give a lot of themselves. They put themselves out there, and they're tired of being plagued with people that just don't show up for them. So I really feel like, you're looking on to new horizons and better things, and wanting to, like I said, just go out, be that Fool, and head off and move away from any of those things that just are not for you. Okay, so final cards. We have the Page of Pentacles. So that's a little bit of studying and figuring out what you need, really picking up on, the Page of Wands too. It's all talks about, new starts, that childlike innocence. I'm really picking up the childlike innocence off of these cards. This is like this I don't know if you can see it very well, but this Page of Pentacles, it gives me a Mary Had a Little Lamb type vibe. You know, I feel like it's this young girl that's just frolicking out in, you know, out in I'm not going to say nature, but like just out enjoying, you know, enjoying being out and free, you know, kind of that free spirit. And there's that little lamb down there. Like I said, I got Mary Had a Little Lamb off that card, which is a childhood rhyme. And cherry blossoms talk about new beginnings, you know. And then we have, you know, the Page of Wands, which again, it's this very young boy, you know, and his little cat. Again, animals, you know, right now it might be, you know, that you have, you know, connection with animals that might be bringing you some pleasure and joy and happiness into your life. But it's like, again, it's like connecting with nature and animals and things like that, and really being drawn to that might bring you some peace of mind and some happiness. And maybe that's what I'm picking up on, is this need to get away with that Chariot in the Fool is taking a vacation and getting away, doing something that makes you happy, you know, going somewhere. And even with that Three of Wands, looking at the ship, that can talk about wanting to travel, get away, you know. So I'm really picking up. And then we have all pages. Look at that Page of Cups too. So yeah, it's like you are wanting to just, it's like, get in touch with your child's, you know, the inner child, you know, find that innocence and happiness and fun and that, you know, of feeling like a child again. That's what I'm really picking up on. You're wanting to be free and carefree and have some fun and just let your hair down, Leo, and feel like a child again and play and have fun. That's what I'm picking up for you is your message for this week, you know, to have some fun. And you may be desiring that and you know, wanting to take a vacation or go do something you haven't done in a long time, you know. That's all kinds of fun, all about fun, having a good time. So either you're thinking about doing that, planning on doing that, or, you know, with that Chariot there, definitely want to take action toward doing that. But so that's what I have for you, Leo. If you're a Leo that feels that resonated with you, you know, I'd love for you to hit that like button down below. If you're a Leo that you're, you know, wanting to get away, wanting to have a good time, wanting to be a child again and have some fun. Okay, so on to Virgo. Hello, Virgo. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for joining me this week. This is what you need to know, and it's just whatever wants to come through on the cards for your sign this week. And it is a general message that is timeless for whoever finds it. So thank you again for joining me. What do we have for Virgo this week, please? What do we have for Virgo? What do you have for Virgo this week? What do they need to know? What message? Oh, there we go. So, Ten of Cups being your overall card, with the Knight of Wands. Okay. So it looks like you're thinking about a new beginning. That you want a new beginning that's going to lead. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that was the Ten of Cups and I misread that, but it's actually the Seven of Cups. So I'm, you know, and everything's significant. You know, when you misread cards like that, there's always a reason why. And so with me thinking that was the Ten of Cups, I got images that came through, and then I realized it's the Seven of Cups. So you have choices that will, I'm going to say choices that can lead to your Ten of Cups, to what you desire. You have option and choices here. There's, and I think you're looking at those choices because you're wanting to have a stable new beginning. You have the Ace of Pentacles. You're wanting to start new and have a stable new beginning. And you've been thinking about some things, you know, thinking about things in your life and where you want to head and where you want to have that new beginning or how you want to move forward, Virgo. And this isn't necessarily I hate to say it, but it's not necessarily coming out as a love reading. So I mean, and I don't typically try and draw toward love, but I do want to clarify that this is in any aspect of your life, Virgo, that you're ready to have a new beginning somewhere in some way, and it's tied to something, you know, you've been thinking about, you know, that you've been I think it's something you've been longing for or missing in your life, that you something that maybe you enjoyed doing when you were younger that you're not doing anymore, that you miss doing, or you miss that part of you miss, there's some aspect that you're missing, that you've been holding, that you have been keeping yourself from doing something or being a certain way. And I see that you've been trying you're trying to work on, you know, bringing that back into your life. Or how do I you know, how do I make this happen for myself, this truth that I recognize there's something missing from my life that I'm longing for, that I need, that I love, that but how do I do that with that Seven of Cups? How do I make this my Ten of Cups? How do I do that? And I see that is where you are this week, is wanting to have that new beginning, you know, stable new beginning into, you know, where your truth is, because you really understand there is something that you're missing and longing for. There's something missing in your life, Virgo, and it's something that you've held yourself back from doing, or a way of being, a way of there's something in some aspect in your life that you have been missing or longing for, and you have been keeping yourself from that, whatever it is. And so I think that you're finally you're wanting to incorporate that into your life. You're wanting to bring that into your life, whatever it is, and you're trying to figure out how to do that, is what I'm really picking up on. How do you work on that? How do you make that a reality? How do you move from that cup energy to that pentacle energy? And then this is not surprising me. So we have the Five of Wands, the Five of Swords, and the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is, you know, how to bring that, you know, that stability, that stable foundation, you know, of whatever aspect this is. But, you know, with the Five of Wands and Five of Swords, that's, you know, that's that conflict around, how do I do it? You know, how do I start this? How do I incorporate this into my life? You know, how do I do this? And that's where I feel like that Seven of Cups is you're trying to, you know, you even have the Eight of Swords here on the table, so it's like you're up in your mind trying to figure out, how do I do this? And that is causing some conflicts, because you don't know how to do that yet. You're still trying to figure out, how do I work on this? How do I bring this into reality? You know, how do I make this happen for myself? You know, how do I move toward this thing that I'm missing or longing for? How do I get that? How do I get that in my life and bring it into my life? So that's what I have for you this week, Virgo. If you resonated with that, please feel free to leave comments down below and let me know, you know, if it resonated and how it resonated with you. And also feel free to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel. I appreciate that very much. Thank you so much. Thank you for joining me, Virgo. That's what I have for you. Okay, so now on to Libra. Hello, Libra. Hello, any Librans out there that decided to join me this week. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. This is a general message, what you need to know for this week, whatever comes through on the cards. I have no idea what messages are going to come up. So whatever comes through for your sign this week. Okay, your overall energy, Libra, is the Queen of Wands. So what are you wanting to take action toward? I'm going to wait a little bit, but I'm really picking up a mischievous, almost a mischievous energy off of that, Libra. A little bit. Like, actually, what I'm picking up on is like sarcastic or snarky with that Queen of Wands, Libra. Picking up a little snarkiness, a little wanting to throw something in someone's face. That's what I'm picking up. Is that you, Libra? Is there somebody that you want to rub something in, you know, or put somebody in their place? Wanting to be a little snarky. And I don't use the word, snarky is not a typical vocabulary word for me. So I'm picking up on somebody's energy because I don't use the term snarky. So for that to come through, there's definitely something to that. I don't know why that word came up, but that's what I picked up. So, and then you have the sun in the middle of your spread. Okay, so interesting, Libra. So I feel like well, the center of your spread here is amazing. You have the King of Pentacles with the Sun and the Emperor. So you definitely have made a decisive decision to have a new beginning. And I feel like whatever this new beginning is, that you're wanting to rub that in somebody's face a little bit. With this Three of Swords coming out here, and the Hangman is I think that there was a rub somewhere. And I'm really feeling like you're wanting to rub something in someone's face. Like you're wanting to prove that you can be happy without them. Or without that situation. Without, it could be a job, it could be whatever situation. It doesn't have to be love, or a person. But I feel like you're wanting to, it's like almost an energy of wanting to prove someone wrong, wanting to show them, I'll show them, I can do this, or I can have this, or I can be this. And you're determined to move forward in what's going to make you happy and have that new beginning. And you're wanting to, you're kind of almost wanting to rub it in someone's face, is what I'm getting, Libra. Interesting enough. Interesting message. I didn't expect that at all, but that's what's coming through. So we're going to go ahead and pick up your final cards. So you got the Hermit final cards from the universe. The Hermit with the Six of Cups. And I would be careful with that kind of energy. If you're doing something in a place where you're wanting to prove someone wrong or show someone up or something like that, be cautious with that energy, because whatever you put out there comes back to you, And so, that's kind of sitting in a little bit of a place of ego when when you want to show somebody up or prove someone wrong. That comes from a place of ego and pride, and that can backfire on you. So be cautious with that. If this is resonating with you, be a little bit cautious with that. So what I'm getting here is I'm really giving to yourself. Or doing this for yourself. Don't do it for others, which is what I was getting at, is be cautious with, wanting to do it just to one-up someone or something, whether it's, it could be as simple as you're wanting to move to a new job and show them, that, see, I'm happier here, or whatever it is. I'm really getting that energy of wanting to one-up somebody or wanting to prove someone wrong. And these final cards I got are really speaking to just be cautious with that. Do whatever you're doing, do it for yourself. Don't do it to out of spite. Do it because you want to do it for yourself. from a good place, not from a bad place of wanting to prove someone wrong or a place of spite. That's really what I am getting is that's kind of a, a word of warning, so to speak, is what I think wanted to come through there for you, Libra. So if that resonated with you, just be really cautious with that, of your motives behind taking certain actions, is what I really feel like the message was for you this week, Libra, and what you need to know. So if that resonated with you, and feel free to comment down below or hit that like button. These cards are so slick, they are going all over. And I hope if it is you, just take that as a word of warning, a word of caution, and take it how it resonates with you, however it resonates. Okay, so next, Scorpio, you have the same card as Gemini. I don't, as your overall energy, which is the Two of Swords. And the fact that it drawed me that it is the same overall card that came out with Gemini. There could be a reason for that. If you have Gemini in your chart or dealing with a Gemini, maybe you might be drawn to go watch the Gemini as well. Just putting that out there, since I was drawn to that, to bring that up. Okay, what else do we have for Scorpio this week? What do you need to know? This is whatever comes through. I just let the cards speak to me however they want to speak to me for your sign this week. Okay, so Eight of Coins, the Death card. Your center spread card is the Six of Cups. So this could be a significant soulmate connection. I'm going to put that out there, especially since I said if you're dealing with a Gemini, I usually don't say that kind of stuff in these readings. So you could be, Scorpio, you could be connected to a Gemini or somebody with Gemini placement in their chart. You could have Gemini placement in your chart. But the reason I'm picking up on this is possibly a connection with someone, is with that Six of Cups. I don't always get soulmate energy, but I am getting that, especially with the Four of Wands coming out here, that this could be someone that you're tied to in a relationship, relationship dynamic of some type, that is a significant soulmate. It looks like I'm feeling like you're trying to be strong in this. I'm really feeling like Scorpio, that you have this decision to make, because I think that you're realizing that you had a part to play in something that happened here, something that caused an ending. And I think you gain clarity around that, because there was this confusion. Your overall energy is the Two of Swords, but you have the Ace of Swords here as well. So I feel like that whatever you gained clarity about, like whatever this new thing that came to light with that Ace of Swords, whatever decision, whatever clarity came to light, caused you to be in this little bit of Two of Swords energy, where it caused a little bit of conflict, confusion on whether this really is, your happy ending. Is this as stable as you thought? Is this relationship as stable as you thought it was? And I see that you realize that you need to work on this, and it's taking strength on your part. You're having to overcome some aspect of, I'm really feeling like it was in some way you were self-sabotaging it, and you're wanting to make it right a little bit is what I'm getting. You're wanting to speak up, speak your truth, and make something right because something ended, and you're wanting to fix that, and bring more stability to a situation. But I am getting, you have a lot of desire for this person. You have a lot of desire for this person and to make this work is what I'm really getting. So there's someone in your life that is significant to you that you're wanting to make things work with, but it's taking strength on your part to work on this, to bring the stability into the relationship that you want there to be. And I think that's where the Two of Swords is like, you're not quite sure. There's still something that you're not quite sure about how to make that happen. Kind of getting up in your head a little bit. So yeah, we have these final cards are the Three of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, and the Ten of Cups. So, it's wanting to, it is wanting to work. I think I'm really picking up on, I am picking up on Scorpio. I'm picking up on that there may have been a third party involved here. And I don't typically say that. And I wasn't necessarily going with love. I just said a relationship. But there was an outside dynamic. It doesn't need to be, the third party can be anything. And this doesn't actually necessarily have to be love. I mean, it's just a significant connection of some type, a soul connection of some type. And there was an outside influence of some type. I don't know what that is. It can be any, a third party can be, it can be a parent, it could be work, it could be, anything that causes conflict in the relationship. And so there definitely was some kind of third party that caused some conflict. And I think whatever that was is what caused you to get into this Two of Swords, like a little bit of confusion of not knowing how to bring stability into the relationship. And so I think that was just clarifying, that was helping clarify that there was interference, and that's why, and that's maybe what came to light with that Ace of Swords, is you kind of had, something that came up that made you realize that it wasn't you that was the problem. There wasn't necessarily something you had done that caused this ending, or lack of stability, or instability in your relationship, that there was interference from something else that caused it, and so I think you're going to need the strength to move forward, to work on this, to understand that there is an outside influence. So it's going to require strength and work on your part for this to come together, to come together in a stable way, to have this Ten of Cups energy is what I feel, Scorpio. So that's what I have for you. If that resonated, I would love to hear from you. If it resonated and what your story is, also feel free to hit that like button down below and subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you join me. I do a few videos each and every week, so a few different ones. This one is one of them, of course. And then that's what I have for you, Scorpio. So now we're on to Sagittarius. Hello, Sagittarius. This is what do you need to know for this week. It's whatever comes through on the cards. It can be anything under the blue moon. So it's whatever what I read. So we have the Eight of Swords for you, Sagittarius. That's your overall energy. So it's definitely feeling like something is plaguing you, there's something you're overthinking. I'm really being drawn to the light that she's holding in her hands for you, Sagittarius. Like there's something like the knowledge that you need is there, but you're not seeing it, because that blindfold, you're not seeing that you have what you need, that it's actually there. It's the knowledge you need, you're seeking or needing. What you need, you already have, but you don't realize it. You don't realize it yet. That's what I'm getting for you. Very interesting, Sagittarius. That's pretty interesting, fascinating. Can't wait to see the rest of your cards. Let's see what else comes out with that. Okay, so 9 of Wands. So something that... Okay, your center card is the 5 of Cups. Okay, so you definitely had some confusion about something. You're definitely battling something. I'm definitely picking up on self-deception. This is really fascinating. Interesting spread of cards. Okay, Sagittarius. So, as I said, that your overall energy is the 8 of Swords. So, but what I really pick up on that card is there's something that the knowledge that you seek, or what you're looking for, what you're waiting for, what you're looking for, you already possess it. You already possess what you need. Whether that be the information you need, the ability to do something, whatever it is, you have what you need. You just don't see it yet, because I think that you are, because of the energy you are in, you are focused on the negative instead of the positives. Is what I'm really getting here. Is that I'm really seeing someone that is self-deceiving themselves, where they're like, they think they can't do something, or feel like they can't do something, or that they're not enough, they're not good enough, or telling themselves, putting themselves down in some way. This is someone that doesn't truly believe in themselves. There's something, because you're worn down. This 9 of Wands, you're worn down. That wounded warrior, you've worn yourself down, believing something that isn't true. With the 7 of Swords, you've deceived yourself in some way because of negative self-talk, is what I'm really picking up on. And it's kept you in a little bit of a defeated energy, where you feel like you're lacking in some way, when really you're not. Because like I said, with that 8 of Swords, I really picked up on the fact that you have what you need. You just don't believe it or see it. So to get victory over this, you need to take that blindfold off and see that you have what you need to have success, and to gain the clarity that you need. And I think I really am picking up, it's all around a form of negative self-talk. The way that you talk to yourself, what you believe, like what you've allowed yourself to believe are your limitations. It's negative thought patterns that you have, Sagittarius, that are holding you back from victory and from moving toward things, or whatever it is that you feel like you can't do, because you really can. Whatever it is, you right now, you're confused because you're feeling like you can't do it, because like I said, I'm really picking up this is for Sagittariuses that are, like I said, have a tendency to either talk themselves out of things, or believe they can't do something, that have negative thought patterns, limiting beliefs, where they don't feel like they have what it takes to accomplish whatever they're trying accomplish, or to do. And I'm here to tell you, you do. You know, like I said, the first right off the bat, what I got with that overall card was that, you know, that what you have is right there in front of you. What you need is that light right there, but you're not seeing it. You're not seeing it because you're convincing yourself that it's not there when it really is what I'm really picking up on. And so we have on your final cards, Justice, the Five of Wands, and the Five of Swords. Somebody else got the Five of Wands and Five of Swords in the final cards, and I can't remember which sign it is now. But this is, you know, this is with this Justice, this is, you know, to me, it's really reinforcing what I already said is that you have the ability, for the Sagittarius, as this resonates with, is to get in your own way, you know? And so justice is about being fair. So it's being fair to yourself. You know, you need to be, you know, be fair to yourself, you know, and get out of that energy of sabotaging yourself, you know, be fair and just to yourself. Believe in yourself. Take the blindfolds off. See things for what they really are, and then you're going to be able to gain victory over, you know, be able to see the potential or see all that you possess, Sagittarius, and that is holding you back, and keeping that blindfold on. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. So if that did indeed resonate with you, that message resonated with you, please feel free to hit that like button down below. I'd also love to hear any comments from you, and if you want, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I do a few different readings each and every week. This is one of them. I also do a soul weather forecast and a small little weekend love vibes. So no, if that was you, Sagittarius, it's okay. We all do it. We all have our own form of things that we work through and have to work through. But, you know, I think the overall message that the universe wanted you to know is what you're searching for, you already possess. You just need to believe it. You just need to overcome, stop doubting yourself and believe in yourself. Stop doubting yourself. You have what you need. For whatever situation that is on your mind and you're thinking about, you have what you need. So that was Sagittarius. So Capricorn. Is that correct? Yeah, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, you're next. I had to really think about that. Okay, Capricorn, your overall energy is the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups. So, I'm really picking up on Capricorn. There's something you are feeling a little bit sorry for. I'm getting like an apologetic energy off of that card. Like there's something, a little bit of regret too. Not gonna lie, I'm picking up like you feel like you maybe have hurt someone a little bit, and you feel like maybe you said or did something to someone that you're regretting a little bit, and so you're feeling a little small and wanting to apologize for a behavior, you know, way you acted. I'm picking up, that's what I'm picking up. And the center of your spread is the Ace of Swords. So it's yeah, you might have had something. I'm feeling with this, you know, with this full moon that we just had last week, that, you know, I think something came to light that made you a little bit regretful or feeling a little bit bad about doing something that you feel like you might need to, like that you might have hurt somebody's feelings or something like that. And so I think that you're gathering the strength up to make this apology or to make it right, is what I'm feeling like. You're trying to you're trying to make this right, but you're not there yet. You're trying, because you're wanting this you're wanting to calm the waters. You're wanting to give to the situation. You're wanting to make this right, whatever it was. You're wanting to make it right, and it's taking you a lot of strength to do that, because you're. I think there's a part of you that there's that little bit of pride that is keeping you, that's holding you back from doing what needs to be done, which is what's requiring strength here, on your part to come forward and face up to and apologize for a way that you acted or behaved, to fix the situation, to give to the situation, to make this, to fix it in a sense, to make, like I said, to calm and smooth out the waters between you and another person. Yeah, you're wanting to, you're wanting to balance things out between you. Yeah. You have, there's a decision that needs to be made here, though. And it's going to require you to really think about whether you want to give to the situation or not, is what I'm picking up, Capricorn, is how, how important is this relationship? Use your wisdom to realize, to determine whether you want to reinvest in this situation or not. I'm not going to say relationship, but situation. But I do feel like it's a Capricorn that feel like they did something wrong, or feel like they're at fault in some way, and you're undecided whether you want to reinvest in this relationship or situation or not, or move on from it. But I do see you trying to make things right. Like, I do see a Capricorn that wants to make things right. But the final cards the universe threw out here is saying to use your wisdom to discern whether you really want to reinvest in this situation or move on from it. But it's fine with what you're wanting to do, to clear the air, to apologize, to make things right in the situation. But it's the overall message for this week of what do you need to know is just use your wisdom to determine whether you want to really want to reinvest in this situation or move on from it, is what I'm getting. After you clear the air, that is, after you apologize and make things right. Are you making things right because you want to make things right, to clear the air, because you want to start again, or because there's no cards of new beginnings out, that were out there. It was more a clearing of the air and making things right. So there's the decision that needs to be made is what direction do you want to go? What beginning do you want to have? Do you want to have a new beginning with that person or situation, or do you want to move on somewhere else? And that wasn't in the specific in the spread of what came through. So it may be different. That's why it came out to use your wisdom to decide for you, Capricorn, what direction you want to go with this situation once you clear the air and make things right. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. If that resonated, I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below, and feel free to hit that like button. Also, I'd love it if you'd subscribe to my channel. I'd love for you to have you help my channel grow. My words do not want to come out. So thanks again, Capricorn. Okay, on to Aquarius. Hello, Aquarius. Hello, my Aquarians. Thank you for joining me this week. I thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to join me. So this is what you need to know. It's whatever comes up on the cards, whatever messages come through for me. And you have, I think that's five of Pentacles. The Five of Pentacles. So in this card, it's a lot of cards show the Five of Pentacles is usually someone that's sitting out in the cold, like sitting out outside, you know, kind of forlorn. This card's a little bit different, you know. It's like having your hand out, wanting, you know, wanting something. It's kind of a wanting, and I'm really being drawn to that hand being out, like a hand out, like needing a helping hand, like your Aquarius. I think that you're wanting to reach out to someone, or, you know, like reach out in some way, like you're wanting help from someone, or wanting someone to reach out to you. Okay, you have the Four of Cups as well. So yeah, I think I think that you're wanting to reach out to someone, that you're, I think I'm almost getting, I don't know if you're, you know, if you're mixed up with a Capricorn or not, but I'm picking that up a little bit, that, or if you have Capricorn in your chart, you might be in the same, but some of that message might resonate with you. Excuse me, that you do have the Two of Cups here, so I am picking up on this. This is a person more than a situation. It is tied to a person in some way, some aspect. It doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic partner, but it's wanting to connect with someone. I really got that off of that Five of Pentacles. As your overall card is with that handout. It's like I want to reconnect with someone. I want to reconnect, and especially with that Four of Cups being in the center spread, it's that, you know, missing someone, missing, you know, maybe missing their energy, missing spending time with them, wanting to reach out to them, and I think that you're not sure how to do that, is what I'm picking up on. I think there's some things that you're not aware of, that went on, and it may be why you two are kind of at a separation, or not, you know, not communicating with each other. There might be some things that you're not aware of in the situation, Aquarius, which is why you're not coming together. I feel like, you know, there's reasons why this person is holding back and they're not reaching out or contacting you. I feel like there's a part of you that has a desire to reach out and communicate with this person and reach out to them, but I feel like I'm really feeling a little bit of fear and defensiveness about doing like there's a little bit of, you're not sure whether you should reach out to this person or not. I don't know if we can get any answers on whether you should reach out to this person or not. But there's definitely some. Okay, all it's telling me is how much of a burden this is you not communicating with this person. Okay, so there is some, there is some karma involved here. There's a lesson that needs to be learned here, Aquarius. I'm sorry, but I'm getting there's a karmic cycle or karmic lesson that needs to be learned here. And I don't think you're going to have a reconnection with this person until that karmic cycle gets resolved. Whether it's on, I'm really picking up on. I'm picking up on that it may be on their side, which is why there's interference that you're not seeing. And I know that this is causing you to, it's a burden for you, and it's causing you to, you know, it's causing a lot of weight on you and conflict on you of not hearing from this person, not being able to communicate with this person. But I think that this message, the universe is trying to tell you that, I think, to be patient. I know that yes, they know it's hard on, that yes, this is a hard situation, but there's things that you're not you're not seeing, that you're not aware of, that are hidden from you because this person's dealing with some karma and they can't be in your life right now. You know, there's situations outside, there's influences outside of your control that's causing the disconnect between you two. It's not specifically them. It's situations in their life that you're just not aware of that's keeping you two apart. And I think that's what the universe wanted you to know for this week, Aquarius, as if you're struggling with that, if you're struggling with someone that you don't understand why you're not communicating, why you haven't heard from this person, and you're really missing them and longing, to talk to them and spend time with them again. They're undergoing some stuff right now, and that's it's outside influences, things that are going on outside of your and their control that needs to take place and needs to occur before you'll be able to. It's not directly that they're not wanting to speak to you or talk to you or communicate. They've just got a lot going on in their life right now, Aquarius. That's all it is. I think the universe wanted you to know that. So, okay, on to Pisces. Thank you so much again, Aquarius. Thank you for joining me this week. I appreciate you so much. If that resonated with you, I'd love for you to hit that like button down below. Also, feel free to leave any comments that you wish to leave for me. I'd appreciate that as well. Also, I'd love to have you join me and subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much again, Aquarius. Okay, Pisces, on to Pisces. Hello, any Pisceans out there that joined me this week? Thank you so much. I do appreciate you. Thank you very much for joining me. This is what do you need to know, and it is a general message for whoever finds it when you find it. So your overall energy this week is the Seven of Wands, Pisces, the Seven of Wands. And so for this card, for the Seven of Wands, this person is definitely defending themselves. They are defending themselves. I'm using a different deck this week that I was drawn to use, so a little bit different imagery. So the messages, going to get a little bit different messages off of them. So this is definitely somebody that's standing up for something, trying to defend against something, standing up for something they feel they need to protect themselves from. Like, is there somebody you're battling against? Like, I'm really picking up on, like, defend a point, like almost like a need to, it's definitely standing your ground, being steadfast, standing your ground. Okay, the center of your spread is the Magician. So what are we trying to manifest? Okay, so it looks like to me that you're trying to fight to bring something back together with someone. You're standing your ground, standing strong, and wanting to fight for a connection. Even though it did cause you some a little bit of pain and weariness. I definitely see that you're Pisces, that you're wanting to fight for this connection. I think you're manifesting to keep this connection in your life. You're standing your ground and saying, I want this. You're telling the universe through manifestation, I want this. You're ready to take action. You're in your chariot, you're in your vehicle, you're on your way, wanting to manifest and move toward someone that you care about and that you want to fight for in your life, that you want to you want to stand your ground and fight for this, even though you've had some things have come apart. There's been some things that have happened that have caused some problems in the situation, but I see you wanting to overcome those, wanting to wanting to bring some abundance to this, have it be successful, is what I'm really feeling like, is that, you know, but I do have to say there is a little bit of a warning that you might be, there might be a little bit of self-deception on your part. There might be, even though you may want to fight for this, there may, you know, there may be some things that you're not seeing, obstacles. There might be a little deception, obstacles that you're not seeing. And the way that I just kind of gulped there, it was like maybe there's something somebody's not expressing, you know, throat chakra, that somebody's not telling you the full truth or telling you everything. There might be, so be cautious of that, because I said that was like something that you needed to be a little bit cautious about when you're wanting to fight for this, that there might be something you're not aware of, or something, a little bit of deception. And it actually doesn't surprise me, because there is this tower here. So there might have been somebody that withheld information, you know, whoever this is you're fighting for, whatever relationship you're fighting for, that you're wanting to fight for and work toward making work, that they may have not been completely honest with you. There might be things that are being withheld from you. And that could be why the tower was here, is because there's still something that needs to be brought to light in this situation, that needs to be fixed before you're possibly going to be able to get the abundance you want in this relationship. So you've got, yeah, so the final cards, you have the Two of Swords, the Two of Pentacles, and the Knight of Pentacles. So I really feel like before you can have this stability, this new, you know, move towards something, you know, slowly move toward your abundance in this situation, you need to do some evaluation. You need to weigh up some things. You need to bring to light what is, you know, what are you guarding against? There's something still there. There's still something still lingering that caused this tower, that I think that you're trying to kind of ignore, because you're so determined in making this work, that there might be some red flags that you're ignoring, that you're not looking at. And so the universe is kind of saying, hey, you know, there are some red flags here. You may want to take a moment and figure out what those red flags are before you make this decision to move in your little chariot fastly, swiftly toward trying to make this work and manifesting this to come together, and being so determined about manifesting and making this come together. Really look at what caused that tower between you two, and realize there were some problems here. There were some red flags you weren't seeing, and not to overlook those. You know, make sure you're aware of those. Make sure you're not deceiving yourself. So that's what I have for you, Pisces. I think that was a good message. And if it did indeed resonate with you, if that message resonated with you, I would appreciate it if you hit that like button down below. I'd also love for you to join my channel and subscribe. I do a few different readings each week. And feel free to leave any comments down below. I thank you so much for joining me this week. Thank you very, very much. I wish you the very best. Joy, love, and light.